All right, joining us now is the Governor of West Bengal, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar. Thank you very much, Dhankar Saab, for joining us right here on NDTV. My first question to you is straight up. I'll begin with an allegation. The Trinamool Congress, post your press conference today, says that a governor's office must not be used to launch a tirade against the state government. You, if I heard your press conference right, said that the governor will vindicate his oath. Can a governor such as yourself comment so openly about a chief minister and her state? Mr. Dhankar.
Upadhyay ji, you started on a very wrong note. And I don't think this question should ever be asked. Everyone is required to follow constitutional oath. I am required to defend, preserve and protect Indian Constitution. If you will focus on the events in the state of West Bengal, you will be shocked and surprised that democracy is in flames. The governance in the state is getting away from constitutional parameters. The bureaucracy is totally politicized. You will find policemen in uniform are frontline political workers. And for last more than a year or so, the Honorable Chief Minister has miserably failed to perform her duties under the Indian Constitution. Under Article 167, the article is specific. Duties of the Chief Minister towards the Governor. In such kind of a situation, when the state of West Bengal is bleeding, where human rights are in flames, when political activity is being suppressed, oppressed, where you will have to have your rights only if you are born homey with a ruling party. In such kind of a situation, if such a baseless, without premise comment comes from a ruling party, I am sure that should be dismissed at your level.
Okay.
You must pointedly ask them. The governor has raised issues. The governor has raised issues in writing. Has there been any response to those issues? You will be surprised to know, one after the other issues of corruption, nepotism are being asked by me. Can you countenance, by putting yourself in my shoes, that a chief minister calls a citizen of this country outsider in West Bengal? What does he mean by this? Indian constitutional preamble says, we the people of India. Anyone who lives in Bharat is a citizen of this country.
No, Dhankar,
but she
Dhankar Saab,
freely, recklessly.
Dhankar Saab, the reason why I asked you this question, again, these are not my comments, these are comments from the Trinamool Congress, right? So the TMC basically says that you're not behaving like a constitutional authority, but like a political governor. It's an allegation, and thus I want to give you the right to respond to these allegations.
You are right, Mr. Upadhyay, but I wish to know, rather than using these words, which is the stance of this governor, which can be called as political. All my limitations are governed by the Constitution. I make no bones about it. I am not a post office. I am not a rubber stamp governor. I have to vindicate my oath under the Constitution. I cannot fiddle in Raj Bhavan when political vendetta, political killings, political violence has gone to that level. Sir, spare some time to be in the state of West Bengal, and you will find the state of affairs here is very, very alarming. The democratic values have nosedived, and you will be surprised to know how far have we gone beyond constitutional working. Can you imagine a situation that anything can be sold to the people without accountability, without transparency? They held several conclaves. Bengal Global Business Summit indicated on the floor of assembly that more than 12 lakh crore investment has come. The governor is asking a simple question. Where is that investment? In which part of Bengal it is there? No answers are coming forth. There was pandemic purchase, 2,000 crore scam. The chief minister herself ordered a probe. But what did she do? Those who should have been investigated were made investigators. The governor is asking only one question. Where is the report? Why don't you make that report public? Sir, with respect to Amphan relief, High Court of the state has directed CAG inquiry. All I can say is, some people may accuse me of not reacting the way I should. I am indicating only tip of the iceberg.
Sure.
But I cannot fail the people of state of West Bengal that they will not have fair polls.
Okay.
I have warned the bureaucracy time and again. Public servant will not be allowed to be political worker. Does anyone disagree with that? Public servant will have to be political neutral. Sir, do you disagree with that? But the Chief Secretary and the DGP are not in a position to issue such a circular. Sir, they are in chains. As a citizen of this country, as a person who has taken oath under Article 150 of the Constitution, I will never hesitate to vindicate and discharge my obligations.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not
Look at
going to
what
be,
the Chief Minister did.
you're not going to sit pretty in a Raj Bhavan, you're going to raise these questions. I agree with what you're saying, Dhankar Saab, but you know, my next question is again pertaining to your press conference where you said that Mamata Banerjee must realize that she's playing with fire. Can you explain, Mr. Dhankar, the context in which you said playing with fire? How is she playing with fire? Because this came in the backdrop of an attack on Mr. Nadda. So is that playing with fire?
No. Number of events have taken place, and anyone who disrespects Indian Constitution, anyone who goes away from rule of law is playing with fire, I have no doubt about it. And I have pointedly asked why bureaucracy in state of West Bengal is a political stakeholder. How can we permit public servants to be political workers? How can we have non-transparent, non-accountable fiscal consequences? Sir, the state has to be run in accordance with law. The West Bengal is not a state within a state. It is not Mamataji's fiefdom. It has to be run as per Indian Constitution. Mamataji cannot be law unto herself. It is my duty as a governor to lend her support. But at the same time, the rampant corruption, favoritism, nepotism, and I have written to her, I am not speaking on public media only, issues raised by me years ago have not been responded by her. Am I not entitled to ask that a former DGP is sitting as State Security Advisor since mid of 2018? What are his duties? Unable to tell me. If a senior police officer, Mr. Gyanwant, has been held by the High Court as violator of human
then
rights,
in that context, will you then agree that all governors in Raj Bhavans across the country, irrespective of state governments or the political inclination of the state governments, must discharge their duties similarly with the same alacrity as Mr. Dhankar is doing? Because there are many states ruled by the BJP where there are similar allegations that the state administration is hand in gloves with the political establishment. Is this your advice to all governors, even of BJP-ruled states?
Upadhyayji, I don't see a state being BJP-ruled or non-BJP ruled. I am committed to Indian Constitution, which recognizes only states. I don't give advice. Advice to me is very categorical. I have taken oath under Article 159. My oath is loud and clear. I have to defend, preserve and protect Indian Constitution. And I am sure as a sensible senior journalist you will agree. One must live up to one's oath.
Sure.
And that is what I am telling Mamataji also. Mamataji, while I have to defend, protect and preserve Indian Constitution, she has to act in accordance with Indian Constitution. If I find Mamataji is not acting in accordance with Indian Constitution, and that is what she is not acting in number of cases.
Okay.
And one thing which she finds very easy is to be non-responsive.
Okay.
How can a chief minister be non-responsive to the governor when Constitution requires she has to respond?
Sure. Dhankar Saab,
sir, we cannot fail.
Yeah, Dhankar Saab, my next question for you is on the report that you have submitted to the centre on the events yesterday, and I'm sure in the past also you must have submitted reports. What's your assessment of the law and order situation in West Bengal, if I were to ask you? I'm not asking for the contents of the report. I'm aware that this is confidential.
I quite appreciate it.
Yeah, but what's your assessment?
No, Sanketji, I am beholden to you for giving me that leverage. The content of the report is not to be shared. Customarily, every governor sends a monthly report to the president. Am I clear, Sanket ji?
Correct, correct.
Every governor sends a monthly report to the. But if there are events that require a special report to be sent, I regarded yesterday's earlier events on earlier occasions where I have sent special reports. I tried to be as objective as any human being can be in putting my perspective for consideration of the authority concerned. My underlying principle is still.
And if I were to ask you, Mr. Dhankar, do you think that your assessment on a special condition because of which you sent a special report or an out-of-turn report could hint towards the imposition of President's rule in West Bengal?
I know I will follow your first suggestion that I need not indicate this in public domain. And I value and respect your suggestion which you made a while ago.
No, but Dhankar Sahab, based on what you are telling me, on the sort of condition there is, do you think that these are grounds fit enough for the imposition of President's rule? I'm asking you this because this is a fear. The state dispensation fears that it's leading towards that.
No, I'll tell you, Sanket ji. Please come to state of West Bengal. You will look into my eyes and tell me, Governor Dhankar, on my television, you understated your case. The situation is far more grim, far more alarming. The violations of democratic norms could not have been imagined to that extent. You will conclude that. What I am indicating is, I am understating the problem which is here, let me tell you.
Okay.
Because I want things to be on track. I want 2021 elections to change the paradigm in the state of West Bengal. We want to give an image to the entire country that we can have peaceful elections, elections that are not rigged, elections that are fair, and I am working in that direction. My effort will be to seek all the support of the state government also. I am a man who believes in dialogue, deliberation, consensual approach. I never take to confrontational path. This every day, if a ruling party wants to have a serial against the governor, let me tell you that doesn't impact me. I have highest regard for the Chief Minister, but I will alert her. I have alerted her on number of times. She cannot afford to transgress constitutional provisions. And that is happening under very nose, even with respect to rampant corruption, including in public distribution system, as also in M-Fund relief.
Dhankarji, I mean, based on the reply that you gave just now, we saw that in the build-up to 2019 Lok Sabha elections, there was violence of an unprecedented kind in the state of West Bengal. I'm asking you this question. Can you spell it out? Do you feel that the situation is pretty similar in the build-up to 2021 Vidhan Sabha elections as well? And that's what you're hinting at?
There is enough time, Upadhyay ji, and I am working in a direction so that we create an atmosphere where elections take place peacefully, without violence, and I am sure people are listening to it. The greatest encouragement to me is an ordinary voter. The ordinary voter for the first time is rising up. The ordinary voter wants rule of law. The ordinary voter wants fundamental rights and human rights restored. The ordinary voter does not want that you must be falsely implicated in cases. The ordinary voter does not want that you can have political activity only by being with the ruling party. And I am sure the big change is coming. As governor, I am not concerned with the political change. As governor, I am not a stakeholder in politics, but I am a stakeholder in the governance. I want governance to be in accordance with the constitution. Thereafter, it is not my concern, Upadhyay ji, who comes to power, who doesn't come to power. For example, it is political party's prerogative to have any consultant. But if that consultant enters into the corridors of power, the establishment is in support of it, the bureaucracy is dancing to their tune, then these unauthorized intruders in corridors of power, the governor will obviously come into play and say they must be sanitized. So my issue is not whom you engage as a consultant. Yes, the power corridors have to be sanitized of intruders. and at the same time you will agree with me and you will immediately agree. Born homie with the ruling party cannot be passport to your rights.
Sure.
You cannot have a system of rule of law that you will have your fundamental rights, Mr. Upadhyay. You will enjoy your human rights. You will enjoy your dignity.
Only if I'm politically
Only if you are
aligned.
with the ruling party.
Okay, okay. I get the point that you're making.
Yes,
Mr.
if that happens, end of it.
Yeah, Mr. Dhankar, my final question to a response on the Home Ministry summoning the state DGP and the Chief Secretary. The state government says that this is unprecedented and perhaps the centre as well as its functionaries have forgotten that law and order is a state subject. How do you respond to this?
I am not aware of the development.
No, the fact that the state DGP and the Chief Secretary of West Bengal have been summoned on the 14th of December by the Home Ministry.
I am not aware, Upadhyay, on this.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not aware of it.
My final question, Dhankar Saab, would you invite Mamata Banerjee over to Raj Bhavan for a cup of tea to discuss all of this?
Sir, I would do it immediately. I have done it repeatedly. My request is pending with her. My request in writing is pending with her. You will be surprised to know that even 2 days back, in writing, I have written to Mamtaji that Mamtaji, so many issues await for our meeting, which is long overdue. I have expressed my hope it takes place. So I am so glad you have asked this question. Even before the painful incident yesterday, my communication has gone to Mamtaji about it. I only hope you are in a position to ask Mamtaji to look to my invite request. And I would not mind going to Mamtaji's place for interaction. As governor, it is my duty to work in togetherness. We both have to work for welfare of the people of the state of West Bengal. And I am ready to take extra steps.
All right. All right. The Governor of West Bengal, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, thank you so much for joining us right here on NDTV.